Good evening. It's October 7th, 2023. It's Saturday night, and we're here for Saturday Night Football at Fitzpatrick Stadium. This is Steve Schwartz along with Dave Levine for WPPS TV3. Folks, it's the clash of the Titans tonight. The Noble Knights come in 4-1. They are atop Class A South in winning percentage. Portland 5-0. They are atop Class A North in winning percentage. And tonight it should be a very exciting game. That said, the last game in which the Dogs beat the Wyndham Eagles did not come without a cost, did it, Dave?
No, they played a really tough game last week, but they lost one of their star players, Regan Buck, to injury. He is done for the year, so they're going to have to pick that up. Probably we're going to see a lot of Cordell Jones. We're going to see a lot of Hunter Temple. They're going to make things happen. But this is not about the offense for Portland. This is all about their defense. Their defense has been outstanding this year. They've given up a total of 10 first downs in 4 games. That is an insane number. That's at a 26% clip. That's it. Their defense is going to make the plays. They're going to have to contain quarterback. They're going to have to watch this option offense, and it's going to be a defensive struggle for them.
Well, in fact, in speaking with the coaches, they say the number one thing about tonight's game, or the number one word, is discipline. Not just for the offense, but for the defense as well. For the offense, Aiden McGowan is really just kicking it in high gear with his running, but more importantly, no fumbles this year.
No fumbles this year. Very few turnovers. A couple of interceptions on some pass plays, but they are not putting the ball on the ground, and that's the key to what their offense is. It's not really this high-powered, high-scoring offense. They just keep marching down the field and plodding down the field, and occasionally you hit that big hitter for a big gain, but they're content to get 6-7 yards of play and just keep on plodding down the field.
Noble comes in, and they've turned things around. They were 1-8 last year in Class B, and their coach decided to move on up to Class A, which is where their population would put them. And it's really all about 6'1", 165-pound quarterback Jameer Rose, who has been in his career a receiver, a rusher, and a quarterback.
Yeah, he is a rush-first quarterback. This kid gets the ball, and he is dynamic, he is fast, he is strong, and he's just not going to quit. So it's all about that discipline you were saying. That offensive or the defensive line for Portland has to be very disciplined, not let him get that crease, not let him scramble and make him hold the ball.
Folks, other players to watch for Noble. Number 2, Hayden Davis, a wide receiver, very talented, very good in the short intermediate pass game. Number 5, Sean Davis, another wide receiver, also a linebacker, very well-rounded, a very good athlete according to the coaches, and really can catch everything that is thrown his way. Mm-hmm. Expect Aiden McGowan to be on him on defense. Number 6, Tavian Brown. He's a wide receiver, defensive back, runs all their deep shots, and he's been a moving target this year, but he's got a catch rate that isn't as big as, let's say, Caden Dustin, who's their starting running back and has some good athleticism and has had 6 catches on 6 targets, and number 7, Kevin Chandler, a tight end with really good hands. So we've seen Portland. We're going to see Noble for the first time. It should be very exciting action here as we have the remnants of Tropical Storm Philippe to contend with. We're going to bring you all of the exciting action in a moment. So you can see the rain coming down here as Peter Gribben will do some pregame announcements, and I'm not sure if the captains will get together at midfield here. New captain tonight will be number 54, Owen Swanson, taking the place of Regan Buck.
Yeah, we got Miles, Hang, Hunter Temple, and Braden Wales are still coming out, but with Regan being injured, they're going to their next senior in line, Owen Swanson. He's a starter on both ways. Starts at guard for the Bulldogs, and really does not come off the field. You don't call his name a lot, but when you're an offensive guard, you don't want your name called.
So the captains will march out, and for Noble, number 11 is Tommy Gagnon. Number 62 is Thomas Mulligan.
Number 3, Jameer Rose is their quarterback.
Yeah,
and then you got Caden Dustin there as well, number 20. So he's their lead. He's their lead running back. If you take Rose out of the equation, because Rose seems to like that read option play a lot, and he is a very dynamic runner. Where Caden Dustin is more of that bull type of runner. He's going to run you down. He's not going to outrun you.
And towards that end, as you suggest, look for the quarterback, Jameer, to keep the ball. I guess he's got a lot of keepers here, Mr. Rose.
Yeah, this is going to be not a passing type of night, so he's really not. I don't think they're going to get their too wide, the Davis brothers, too much going in the passing game, especially with the rain coming down, and it's going to get worse as this night goes on.
So you can see Regan Buck coming off the field dressed in a sweatshirt tonight with his team. Coaches say that he's going to actually be out there not only supporting his team but coaching them to some extent, Dave.
Yeah, he's one of those big communicators on defense and on offense, and they'll keep him available.
And we're going to go to the national anthem here. And that's actually a really nice rendition of the national anthem, pre-recorded by the Portland High School Band. We're going to be ready for the kickoff in just a moment. So it looks like Portland won the toss and has chosen to defer. And they'll get the ball at the start of the second half. Boom, that's Colin Lennon, number 20. A big boot, and it goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
Yeah, we saw Colin kick last week, and he was doing just that, putting it down inside the 10 reliably. He's got a big foot. He was taking some kicks at pregame, and he had the range from about 52 yards.
He sure did. That was Hayden Davis who was back deep, and the ball went through his hands. So now it'll be a Noble ball, 1st and 10. The ball's on the 20. And here we go. That's a handoff. Nothing doing. That was tremendous penetration by Colin Kelly.
Yeah, they just tried. They started with that read option and handed off to Caden Dustin coming right to left, and the defensive line just blew up the Noble line.
It was a 3-yard loss, so it'll be 2nd and 13. Oh, that is just a swarming Bulldog defense again.
Yeah,
going on left off tackle.
Yeah, that was again. They just ran right into the teeth of the defense there. A handoff coming across the face of the quarterback, and again, Dustin just never had any chance to go anywhere. No option to bounce it outside. The ends were staying tight and making sure they were playing contained. Now they're going spread.
He got 1 yard on that, so it's 3rd and 12, and it's incomplete. And right on that was Hunter Temple. But again, so the first 3 plays go to Hayden Davis. You can see that they like that explosive player, but nothing doing in this rain and wind right now.
Yeah, and if you watch the defense there, the Dogs actually rushed 5, but the 2 end players, we had McGowan, especially on the bottom side, really took the long way around to get to the quarterback, so we couldn't scramble out.
Tavian Buck is back to punt. Cordell Jones is deep for the Dogs. It's just going to take a kind of a Dogs bounce. It's going to end up at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, it kind of came off his foot a little funky there. You could hear it from up here, and it just didn't sound like that he caught it clean that time. And there was really no bounce, and it's going to sit right there at the plus 40 for the Dogs. Great field position for them to start.
Yeah, and 1st and 10. Thurston in the gun. And up the middle, we have going to be a holding call, though. It's a great run, folks, but it's a touchdown if it stands for McGowan. But a 40-yard run is going to come back, almost certainly. Yeah,
that was a hold right at the point of attack there. Unfortunately, that really sprung him. But you could see McGowan's quickness in the secondary. Once he got through that first wave of defenders, he just made people miss out there. So he's really running well with that one carry. There was a hold that really sprung him from the beginning, though.
So it's going to be 2nd and 20. The ball is going to be at midfield.
Yeah, usually that happens when the linemen reach a little bit to try to make that block that they need to try to get.
So Thurston will take the snap, and he gives it to McGowan again, but this time a swarming defense led by Tommy Gagnon.
Yeah, he got that coming in from his linebacker position. He just read that play completely from the beginning and blew it up. A gain of maybe 1 or 2 on that. But this is certainly not where the Dogs wanted to be. They got the ball at the 40. They were ready to go. They had a great first play, called back on a penalty, and now they're looking at 2nd and very, very long.
And it will be 2nd and 19 with the ball on the 49-yard line in Noble territory. Got one in motion. And he will grab it and get a nice chunk of yardage, Cordell Jones.
Yeah, we're going to see, I think we're going to see a lot of Cordell Jones. That's the play that Portland loves to run with Regan Buck coming across the formation. Now, these two guys are 2 very different runners. Regan is a lot faster and shiftier. Cordell is a much bigger kid, so he doesn't run quite as fast, but he's, again, powerful and going to run you down. So they're going to have to come up with something interesting to keep him involved.
About a 6-yard gain or so. It's going to be 3rd and 14. McGowan up the middle.
And he's gone.
He is going to he's got a couple of defenders to beat. And saving the touchdown is Tavian Brown, but what a run.
Yeah, third and long. I think they were just looking to maybe pick up 6 or 8 yards and make it reasonable to go for on 4th down. But again, they came right back to that play in the beginning. They pulled the guard across and just blew open a hole, and he was flying down the field. Tavian Brown made the touchdown saving tackle.
If I'm counting correctly, it looks like to be about a 40-yard run, about the same amount of yards that was negated with that holding. 1st and 10, ball's on the 11. McGowan goes off tackle right, and he's brought down. First one in is Connor Boucher, number 59.
Yeah, the high snap that time, I think, threw off the timing a little bit of that play. Thurston had to reach up, get that ball, and by the time he was able to bring it down and hand it off to McGowan, the timing was all ruined on that. So McGowan wasn't at full speed when he took the handoff.
So we've got 2nd and 9 here. Ball on the 10-yard line.
2nd down and 9. Ball at the 10-yard line.
Jones in motion. He goes up the middle and gains a couple.
Sean Leach with the tackle. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 240.
So it's going to be 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6.
High snap. McGowan through the middle and through for a touchdown. 7-yard touchdown. Aiden McGowan.
Yeah, power play. They just ran straight power coming off the right side. They're running behind their right guard, who is Colin Kelly, and their right tackle there, who is Anthony Tavares. And those two guys just completely walled off that hole for him to run right through.
And number 84, Justin Bouchard, will be out to try the extra point. Louis Thurston, the quarterback, will be the holder. And it is good. So it's 7-0 Portland with 7:22 left in the first quarter. And Lannon set back to kick. Had a big long kick first time around. Too deep. And taken at the 6 by Aiden Keefe. He's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And we're going to call his name a lot, but Rodriguez was right there on the tackle, grabbed him by the jersey, pulled him back, and wouldn't let him run, and held on for dear life until the cavalry came. But we're going to be calling Rodriguez's name all night on defense.
That was about a 17-yard return. It'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 21. Rose in the gun. Oh my goodness, what penetration! 24 is Joey Baker.
Unblocked coming off the left side there. They pitched it right over to Caden Dustin, and as soon as Dustin put his hands on the ball, he was just smacked. And if you want to take a picture and show people how to tackle, that is it right there. Lead with your shoulder, head up, wrap up, and knock him down. And that was beautifully done.
2nd and 14, ball on the 16-yard line. Still in the gun is Rose. And he goes back again to Dustin, who takes it over to the 28-yard line or so.
Yeah, so he got all that negative yardage back plus another 6. So that's not what the Portland wanted to do. They need to stay disciplined on that edge there. And he was able to get out to the right side. The offensive line was able to get over there and block it a little bit. And that's what Portland has to do, is keep people inside.
3rd and 6.
Scramble.
Rose, oh goodness, he goes down. Now there's going to be a penalty. I don't know what that call's going to be, but Al-Kafaji got the sack.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to call a horse collar or if they're going to call a hold. Because I didn't think they got a face mask in there, but maybe they did. And they did. That's what they're going to call. Well, they had the rush, but I think they reached out and grabbed his face mask. And again, that's a 15-yard penalty that could, instead of 4th down and now punt situation, it gives Noble new life.
And that'll be the first penalty of the game. I guess it was a holding before, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Second penalty.
Portland had a holding call, so that's a 2 on them now.
Right. And it'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 38 as the Knights catch a break there with that face mask. Rose alone in the backfield.
Here's that scramble. And you can see how shifty he is, but how disciplined Portland was.
You know,
he was dancing and dancing and dancing, and Portland just didn't give him any room to go anywhere.
Anthony Tavares was the big stopper there, along with several others, including Al-Kafaji.
Yeah, and he looks like he tweaked an ankle there, so he's going to have to come out, and hopefully that's nothing big for them. They are going to bring in Anthony Lavoie, who usually subs for Al-Kafaji on a regular basis, but we need him on that defensive line.
Okay, so it's 2nd and 8, ball on the 40. Rose keeps, and we know we're going to watch him do that all night. And he gets the first down.
Yeah,
as he's brought down by Lisandro Rodriguez.
Yeah. He was able to get that edge a little bit, and you can see how dynamic he really is once he gets going. And that's some of the things that Portland really has to watch for out of him. They can't let him get moving.
About a 10-yard gain, 1st and 10, ball at midfield for the Knights. 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Portland is up 7-0. Steve Schwartz and Dave Levine tonight, along with Jack Worcester on camera. A freshman football player. Glad to have him. And great penetration by 27, Braden Wales, who the Dogs would be looking to tonight to try to do just what he did.
Yeah, he is their middle linebacker. He's their signal caller on defense. And last week, if you watched the game, you saw him blitzing all night long and wreaking havoc in the backfield. So he's going to have to call an interesting game. The coaches are asking him to call something very different for him, where it's going to be kind of hoping that Noble can't guess what's coming.
And it is 2nd and 12. The ball is now back to the 48-yard line in Noble territory. Rose has one in motion. And he's going for it. Oh, nice hands. Broken up by Miles Hang.
Yeah, Miles Hang back there, step for step. But again, the guy we called his name before, Joey Baker, came in off the edge, untouched and bearing down on the quarterback. And they fortunately got the pass off, because if he was a beat later, he was going to get that ball was coming out in the backfield.
So it's going to be 3rd and 12 now. A very big play here for Noble.
So watch that scramble for Rose. If they come, they're going to probably come out for a look pass again. But watch for the scramble.
It might be the calm before the storm here, as the rain has held up here just a bit. Let up a bit. Up the middle, nothing doing.
Yeah, that time the Portland rushed 4, but they had a contained rush. So if you watch them come in, they came in almost like an umbrella, with the two ends coming up field a little bit, and the your two guards moving up a little bit, or your two tackles coming in a little bit in the middle, and they just didn't want to let Rose scramble outside. That was more of a coverage sack or a coverage play than anything else. They weren't trying to get to him.
So here we go, Jones deep. The punter is Brown, and we have a whistle.
And a flag. It's going to be a false start on Noble. One of the linemen kind of jumped a little bit early.
So it'll be 4th and 17, and the ball will be on about the 42 now, 43. Fields the bounce and gets it off.
Yeah, it took a good bounce for Noble.
Yeah, it'll end up right on about the 26-yard line. You could hear the fans asking for a hold.
Another hold, yeah.
But it's 7-0 here, 3:43 left in the first quarter. We'll be back in a moment. Here we go, Portland ball, Jones in motion. Split wide outs on either side. And McGowan, my goodness, he gets a first down and so much more. Finally brought down by Caden Dustin and Chris Buckman.
Portland pulled Colin Kelly, who was the right guard, and their center all the way across the formation. That's Riley Wilds, and they just blew up the defensive end on that side and just walled it off for McGowan to take off downfield.
Here's Temple now. And he's going to get a solid 5-yard gain out of that.
That's a good little run by him. He's not that powerful of a guy. He's a little guy. He ran into Isaiah Connery there, but not before he got 4 yards on a play that really should have been stopped in the backfield.
I'm still trying to calculate the number of yards that McGowan had. It looks to be about close to a 30-yard gain, I'd say. So he's got about 82 yards so far here tonight, unofficially.
Oh, good cut. That was a great cut. Cordell Jones saw that ball that was supposed to take it out wide, and he saw the hole up the middle, just planted his foot, cut to the right, and just went straight up the field, was able to pick up a nice first down for them.
But a 9-yard gain for Cordell Jones. It'll be 1st and 10 Dogs on the 41-yard line now.
Cordell was a transfer earlier in this year, so it's taken him a little bit to get up to speed with this offense, and you can see him week after week getting more and more comfortable.
A great athlete, supposed to be a great basketball player as well, so we'll look forward to seeing him. Here's McGowan up the middle. Yeah, he bounces off a defender, and he's going to get another first down.
Yeah, it was wrapped up there, but the line kept pushing. He kept his legs going, bounced to the right, and was able to sneak his way out for a 10-yard gain there, putting the Dogs at first down at the 31 now. McGowan is showing a lot of his physical nature tonight too with that type of run.
And it'll be just he and Thurston in the backfield. Temple fakes the sweep, and it's McGowan off tackle right, and in for the tackle is number 67, John Blanchard.
Now, Owen Swanson on that play was the lead blocker, and his guy came into the backfield and beat him initially. But he stayed with the block and was able to keep his man and kicked him out just enough so that the running back could cut inside and make a positive play. He doesn't stay with that block. That's a 5-yard loss.
Instead, it's a 4-yard gain according to the scoreboard, and Temple is going to be brought down for a loss by Brown, Tavian Brown.
Yeah, Tavian Brown was right there. Kevin Chandler was right there. Those two guys are going to make a lot of plays for this defense. Their linebackers are very, very athletic.
So with a minute and a half left here in the first quarter, it'll be 3rd and 6 Dogs. Actually, that's where we are right now. And we're going to have, let's see what happens here, because it looked like encroachment. But
yeah, I didn't see anyone from Portland move. So that's going to be a free 5 yards, which is going to help Portland. They was facing 3rd and 8 or 9 there, and that's going to bring the ball down all the way down to the 29-yard line and setting up about 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3.5, something in that range, which is a much more reasonable play. And now you can talk about maybe picking up 2-3 yards here and going for it on 4th down.
Right, which you would do, it seems to me, in this territory and with this kind of night. Boy, the Dogs like that move. That's a signature play, and they were running it earlier this year with Mike Buck all the time.
Yeah, they were running. They move the running back or the wide receiver straight across the face of the quarterback. Fake the handoff there. Give it to the running back. Run that power play. And like I was saying, you pick up 3 yards, and now you're looking at 4th and 2-ish, and you're able to go for it.
I was going to say, you're Tony Romo like tonight, Dave. You are foretell exactly what has happened. Now we're going to have another problem.
A freebie. That was all Thurston right there. Hard count. You knew Noble was pinned their ears back coming because it was going to be a power play that Portland loves to run. They went on 2. And with a hard count on 1, everybody came across. You could see the linebackers starting to run. The nose tackle was moving, and they got the free cheapy 5 yards. So instead of 4th and 2, now we're talking 1st down, and the Dogs are in business again.
They're on the 23-yard line. And the handoff will go to Rodriguez that time.
Yeah, they ran that a couple times last week with Aiden McGowan as the fullback and ran it to Rodriguez, and it was semi-successful for them.
Looks to be about a 2-yard gain. We'll double-check that when we come back, but we're going to end the first quarter with the Dogs up 7-0. So as we catch the student section and the cheerleaders on our way here to the ball, we can see that the students are dressed in pink tonight, and I believe it is for Breast Cancer Awareness Month all month.
All month it is Breast Cancer Awareness. The Portland team usually gets some stripes on their helmet, but you can see a couple people with pink sleeves, pink jerseys, pink stuff underneath their uniform.
And Sean Davis celebrating finally a stop of Aiden McGowan for a loss.
That was a 1 yard or couple yard loss there for McGowan. It was just that play was just blown right up from the beginning.
McGowan had about 96 yards in the first quarter rushing. And it'll be 3rd and 11. Ball's on the 19. Temple's in motion. McGowan once again is brought down by
Sean Davis.
Davis.
Yeah, that's now a 4-yard loss, and now you're talking what was a field goal range. Now you're kind of outside of field goal range, and I'm wondering what the Dogs are going to do here. You're talking 4th and 14. You have a big leg kicker. You have an accurate kicker.
Well, and you could run the ball, and it is as good as a punt. You never know because you have McGowan as a threat.
Yeah, maybe they're looking to go for it. Maybe they'll try that hard count again. Now they're going to call timeout. Portland's going to call timeout. I bet they're going to talk this over and maybe come out with a field goal. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, with 10:44 left in the first half, we are going to take a timeout as well. So, Dave, it looks like the Dogs are going to go for it after they talk it over. 4th and 15.
It would have been about a 40-ish yard field goal, and with the wind in their face and the rain, this is probably the smart play.
They're going to throw deep in the end zone. Jones.
Yeah, it just came up a little bit short there. He needed to lead him just a little bit more, or Jones had to recognize the back shoulder throw. Hayden Davis right in tight coverage there.
So the Knights will take over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 on their own 23-yard line. Not a bad call.
Nope, a good play call, good pass. It was just great coverage. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat to the defense.
Number 22.
Little confusion on the defensive side for Portland. Now they've got it all straightened out.
Oh, that's a nice run for Rose as he's brought down by a gaggle of dogs, but It looks like LeBoy is one of them in there.
Yeah, good 5-yard gain there. Noble's got the wind at their back now, so look for them to start moving the ball a little bit, maybe put the ball up a little bit now that they're not throwing into the teeth of this wind, and the wind has definitely picked up.
As has the rain again. So it's 2nd and 4, ball on the 28-yard line. One in motion here.
Keeper
for Rose, but nobody fooled on the Dogs. And first one in there might have been Braden Wales.
Yeah, they watched that. They had somebody on the edge to take the running back away if he did give it to Dustin. But Rose kept it, tried to go up the middle, and wasn't able to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of 1.
You're exactly right. 1 yard. 3rd and 3, ball on the 29. 9.5 minutes left here in the first half. That was great penetration.
Yeah. They tried that wide receiver, the kind of jet sweep with Dustin coming across, and Portland again staying disciplined, pushing those edges up, and they were able to collapse the end of the line a little bit and not allow Dustin to turn the corner.
It looks like Aiden McGowan was in on penetration there. It's 4th and 3. They'll be up. Well,
they're going to punt. Oh, Portland's now just dropping somebody deep.
And it's a heck of a punt.
Big
oh, my gosh, and it's muffed. But picked up, nevertheless, by Jones, and now he's going to run to the right side. He's got a swarm of Noble Knights on him. He did recover after that muff.
Yeah, that guy just out-kicked him a little bit. He wasn't ready for that. And then Sean Leach, we've called his name before, but he came in again with the hammer at the end to knock him down.
Now part of that, though, you have to also, you're looking at what happens there, and Jones is racing back. That's a design play, Dave?
Well, I think they weren't sure if they were going to fake it or not, so he was staying up close. Again, he's not their normal returner. Buck is normally back there, so he wasn't quite ready for that to be a returner. So he raced back to get into position. So I think he was just a little late getting where he was supposed to be. And then with the big, huge punt over his head, he was going back and back and back, and it just didn't work out well for him. Fortunately, he was able to recover.
Yeah, and he got some positive yardage. 1st and 10, ball on the 28-yard line. Thurston in the gun. McGowan will run right.
Pick up about 4 before running out of bounds. And Hayden Davis was over there yet again.
He picks up the 4 that he had lost on the last carry that he had. Yeah. So it's a 2nd and 6, ball on about the 32.
Isaiah Connery was over there as well.
Jones is really taken down, and number 4 was the first in, Chris Buckman.
And Thomas Mulligan, number 62, grabbed him by the jersey and just slung him backwards. So that defensive line has now made 2 plays in a row.
It's so interesting, this rainstorm. I mean, it's subtropical. It's not considered to be a hurricane or a tropical storm, but the remnants are certainly tropical in nature, and it's quite warm here tonight.
It is
over 60 degrees.
It is quite warm. For this time of year, it should be a lot cooler than this.
3rd and 7, there's a 1-yard loss there. 30, ball on the 31. Temple gets the catch, and he gets the first down and more.
And he is going to run away from everybody.
Goodness. Oh, my goodness.
There's that jailbreak screen we saw Portland run all game last week, and this time it worked to perfection. A little pass over to him. He got the blocks from his running backs and his wide receivers, and he just bulleted down the field.
It looks to be a 69-yard touchdown.
Big play for Portland again. They kind of plod down the field, and then all of a sudden, bang, they hit with this big hitter, and Temple was able to run away from everybody. Late substitution, Tavares comes back onto the field there.
And Bouchard set to kick. And it's a fake. Nothing.
Nobody there, yeah. They tried the fake, but no one was. I don't think anyone was out there as a receiver. He was looking to throw the whole time, and there was nobody there. Interesting play call, up 13 to nothing. You normally take the points there, but we heard rumors that they might try a fake.
So the Dogs will kick off after that successful effort.
Yeah, much shorter into the wind there.
Yeah, and they're just going to fall on it. Probably.
Yeah, they got lucky because that ball bounced backwards a little bit, and and the Dogs were coming down quick. So it was a smart play.
Buckman.
To jump on that, or else that was technically onside kick territory there.
One of the low points here is we see Isaac Al-Khafaji has not come in yet.
Yeah, he's still sitting on the bench. His helmet is still on, but his foot is up, and they're looking at an ankle there for him. So I don't know if they're going to be able to get him taped up and back out, or see how he feels after halftime. But that's a big loss for the defensive line.
The Dogs do, however, folks, have a lot of depth, and they've showed it this year.
They do, and he rotates in and out. There's a couple players that play there, so hopefully they can make this up.
Rose is going for all of it, a little too far. You can see that very nice, crisp, though, throwing arm that he has.
He
has
a
crisp spiral.
Nice, yeah, he has a nice cannon. He has a cannon for an arm, just out through Tavian Brown there, as he was running step for step down the far sideline.
And he was covered step by step by the Portland defender there as well. So 2nd and 10, ball still on the 25-yard line. Rose alone in the backfield. So we'll see what the design is here.
Yeah, Miles Hang was in coverage there.
He's going to keep it, and no surprise.
Oh, boy.
No surprise to Lisandro Rodriguez.
Yeah, Lisandro Rodriguez blew that play up from the beginning. He did not let the blocker get out. He was matched up one-on-one with a tight end there and just stayed put, didn't move, held the corner, and there was nowhere for Rose to go.
They're going to call it no gain. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
They're going to go 5 wide here, so watch the quarterback keeper. Quick wide receiver screen. Bubble screen that Portland just scored on. Noble tries the same exact play this time to Tavian Brown, but Portland was ready for it.
Wales in on the tackle there at the feet of the receiver.
Portland read that very, very well.
So
it's tough, obviously. It's tough. The wide receivers that are over there are meant to block the cornerbacks, but the middle linebacker for Portland, Braden Wales, came all the way from the middle of the field over, and that's a tough play to block.
4th and 5, ball on the 30. Kick is up.
Good kick again. Look at this
goodness,
bounce.
It takes, well, maybe it'll go into the end zone.
Oh, boy.
By
about 5 yards too much. That ball hit at about the 30-yard line and just took off down the field. And again, the rain and the wind helped it. And he was kicking with the wind. That's like a 70-yard punt. That was incredible.
It really was. But the Dogs will get the ball on the 20 on the touchback, and we have just under 6 minutes left here in the first half. We'll be back in a moment. And here we are. Dogs ball, 1st and 10 on the 20. Fake.
It's that bubble screen again.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he tried it, threw it a little bit too high there for Cordell Jones.
And just out of the reach of Jameer Jones, who would have had 6.
Yeah, that got lucky there. The pass was a little high. They trying that bubble screen again that they scored on just on their last play.
I think the busiest job tonight is the person with the ball on the sideline and the towel.
Doing whatever they can to dry it.
Yeah, McGowan tries to get some room. He's going to get a few yards, but
Chris Buckman came in from the linebacker spot and just really disrupted that whole play. Forced McGowan to go far wider than he wanted to go, and he just ran out of real estate. And tackle was made by the sideline. And like I say every week, the sideline has never missed a tackle.
3rd and 8. Ball on the 22.
Showing blitz. Picked up, and then not so much.
So I think this will be Portland's first punt of the evening.
Yeah, Sean Davis just blew that up again. They just showed blitz, and they came with 6, and Portland just did not have enough blockers there. Ran right into the teeth of it, and they're going to have to punt.
We have 2 deep for the Knights. And Miles Hang is the punter for the Dogs. We have a very, very quick substitutions.
Yeah, Portland, I guess, got confused again. That's twice now on special teams that they've had to run something out late.
And so with a timeout and 5:09 left in the first half, Dave and I will take 1-2. Hayden Davis and Tommy Gagnon are deep for the Knights. Hang to punt. Punts from his 10.
Good kick.
Yeah, not bad at all in the wind, and Portland will down it right at about midfield.
Yeah, into the teeth of the wind, you get about a 30-yard kick there, and that's more than what Portland could have asked for with the way this wind and rain is. No return too. Yeah, you don't want either Davis or Gagnon touching that ball, really.
That was down at midfield. First and 10.
So 1st and 10 Dogs here. Ball at midfield. Knights, ball at midfield. Rose alone in the backfield. Looks to throw and in traffic, and right there to defend it is Royals.
Yeah, that was Branston Daly the first time we called his name all night, coming across on a little, just a little slant pattern, but he ran right into the teeth of that zone defense, and there was nothing for him to do.
2nd and 10. This time Rose will follow a blocker and a nice tackle.
Yeah, it's Joey Baker once again, chasing Rose down from the backside there, only limiting him to a 1-yard gain, 2-yard gain.
3rd and 8, ball on the 48-yard line.
Baker getting some playing time with some injuries that are on the defense, and he's playing great right now.
4.5 minutes left here in the first half. The Dogs get the ball. Plenty of time. Here's Rose. Spins and just taken down. I saw a gaggle of but Brody Viola was certainly one of them in there.
Brody Viola was right there, and the ball, when he made that spin, the ball came way out away from his body there. And I was just waiting for somebody to either smack it with a hand or him accidentally bumping into anybody, because that's dangerous on that spin play right there.
It was a 3-yard gain. It's 4th and 5. The ball's on the 45, and the Knights are going to go for it.
Yeah, down 13 in this kind of field position. You really don't want to give up the ball again to a Dogs team that's been moving it.
So Rose looks to complete over the middle, and he does.
Great diving catch there.
Viola was the defender, and I believe it was caught by Gagnon.
Yeah, that was a good slant pattern. He went about 9 yards downfield, just laid out completely, and was able to make that catch. Great throw, great catch.
But an 11-yard throw there. Oh,
design scrambled.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that was a design scramble there. They sent 5 wide. He was looking for the pass, and then again just took off.
Henry Spencer with the tackle.
Yeah, there's some fans here that were looking for a hold on the play.
Is that a polite way of saying that you thought maybe there should be 2? I'm just wondering.
There's some fans here looking for a hold on the play.
I love it. Folks, we're going to talk about that in just a moment, and really, respecting officials.
Wow! Look at the athleticism.
Rose.
That should have been a 5-yard loss. You had Braden Wales came in, was able to beat his block, scrambled in the backfield, made a couple guys miss there, and was able to just weave his way and somehow get a first down. And those are the types of plays that Portland has to be disciplined on. When the play breaks down, that's when Rose is at his most dangerous.
Well, that was a 7-yard gain. It's 1st and 10, ball on the 23. The Knights are threatening.
All-out blitz.
Rose got an absolute open player. Yeah. First down for number 11, Tommy Gagnon.
They sent everybody cover 0 blitz, and it was one-on-one across the board, and he was able to backpedal a little bit and just loft it over the top. There just wasn't enough defenders back there to get everybody.
So 1st and 10 on the 11. Very close to scoring here, the Knights. 1 in motion. Rose holds onto it, and great penetration by the Dogs. I can't tell if there's a celebration or doubling over in pain.
It looks like he might have gotten the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
Yeah, and that's number 27, Braden Wales. Folks, the point of being respectful to referees is that this game is being played in this miserable weather tonight because it was originally scheduled for Thursday. They didn't have enough refs to do it on Thursday or Friday, so it's today instead. And, sack! What a play by Rodriguez.
Yeah, I told you we were going to call his name a bunch tonight, and he came in, just basically came in off the edge. That was that extra rusher that they have, and he was able to beat his man and come in real quick, and that's a big loss right there for Noble. So it's now going to be
like
3rd down and
probably 19-ish. Yeah, it's not. Well, up the middle and oh my goodness!
Went right through the hands of Tavian Brown. That wet, slick football just was there. Beautiful pass. He had beaten his man on a post pattern, wide open, and it's just because of the rain and the conditions. The ball was a little bit too far, maybe, but it's that wet weather that he just couldn't bring it in with his fingertips.
And probably a good timeout here. There's 30 seconds left. It's 4th and 23. The ball's on the 24. A very important play for Noble. They either score or they don't on this play, or at least get the first down, which there's only 1 yard difference between the goal line and getting the first down.
This is kind of Hail Mary territory, if you want to call it that, for them. They're going to put something up in the end zone, and this is a smart timeout for Portland to take here to make sure their defense is all together, knowing what's going on, playing defense, not letting anything in the end zone happen.
I think it was Noble that called that timeout, but I could be absolutely wrong about that. But
either way, I'm thinking even if Noble took that timeout,
it's still smart.
The Dogs would have taken one anyway because they only have 30 seconds to go. So if this is incomplete and they get the ball here, they're not going to try anything but a run play and see if they can bust one. But here's where they need to play defense. So they're going to have to send some safeties deep on this. Oh, they're trying a long field goal.
Oh, my goodness. So that looks like Caleb Dustin.
They're gonna line up. That would be a 40-yard field goal with the wind at his back, which has kind of died down right now.
You were one timeout shy because now it's a smart timeout by Portland. And, folks, we were talking about officials. It's not just because I'm an umpire, but the fact is that, if you find yourself, and it doesn't, frankly, you don't really see it as much on the football field. You can't really get that close to the referees on the football field anyway. But this is as good a time as any. We're a Portland Public Schools station, and it's as good a time as any to just say, give the officials a break.
Absolutely. There's only 5 of them out there in a normal football game or a normal, like an NFL game, college game. You'll see 7 or 8 officials out there. So they're doing all this with 5, so they can't look at everything. They can't see everything. Now they're going to go for it.
Yeah, and the point is, though, is that there is a shortage of officials, and, you can read about it. So 4th and 23 now. Ball's on the 24. We have a flag. And it's
too many men for Portland.
It's Portland.
Portland had too many men in the defensive huddle, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Move them 5 yard closer, and that's not what they needed right now. And Portland was looking. They had their defensive backs 5 yards off the ball, and I would have backed them up a little bit more because right now a short pass or anything short doesn't matter. You got to stop them short of the end zone. So if you back everybody up another 5-6 yards from this, they get a little bit better of a head start.
Well, this is the discipline that the coaches were talking about. It's in the end zone and intercepted by Hang in the end zone.
Good coverage there. You knew Noble just had to throw it up. They picked the one-on-one coverage, and they went against Portland's right now best cornerback that's been playing great all year. Miles Hang saw that ball from the beginning, step for step with the receiver, turned, made the play, got the interception, and the ball will come back out to the 20 with about 23 seconds to go. So expect Portland right now just to have a simple run play or something just to try to end the half and go into halftime 13-0. Big defensive stop.
Victory formation here. Well, no, but in the gun. So maybe they are going to.
Keeper.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Thurston.
Nope, it was a direct snap that time to Cordell Jones.
There you go.
So they didn't even risk a handoff there. They just snapped it right to Jones. And he had 2 hands on that ball the whole way up the field.
Looks to be about a 7-yard gain, and that's how we're going to end the first half with the Dogs up 13-0. So, Dave, the Dogs enjoy a 13-0 lead. We spoke at the beginning of the game about discipline being the key, especially on defense. That's what the coaches wanted. They've held the Knights unofficially to about 57 yards of total offense.
Yeah, that defensive line for Portland is really putting in work, and especially the defensive ends, keeping contained, not letting Rose scramble and do something crazy out there. We saw what he could do on that kind of broken play there, where he was looking for a pass, nothing was there, and just was able to weave his way. He's fast, he's athletic, and he just doesn't quit. He's going to keep on going.
And on the other hand, the Dogs are up by 13, and on the strength of about 96 yards by McGowan, all pretty much in the first quarter. And then, of course, that great 69-yard touchdown pass from Thurston to Temple.
Yeah, Temple, again, we told you he was going to get a lot of plays, a lot more time on offense. He ran a play that they love to run, that little bubble screen. They bring a lot of guys over there to block, and hopefully if everyone can make a block, it's helmet on helmet, and he's going to make one guy miss. And that's what he did, and just outran everybody down the field.
So in the clash of the Titans, the Dogs are up at halftime, 13-0. We'll second half action momentarily. So here we are with second half action. Steve Schwartz and Dave Levine, Jack Worcester on camera. For WPPS TV3 Sports, bringing you Portland Bulldog football all season long. Dogs are up 13-0, and they will have possession. And it looks like Noble goes against the wind. Low squib. Picked up at the 26 or so. Whoa.
Hunter Temple.
Oh my goodness!
Great return out to the 49, cross midfield. You mentioned the wind here, Steve, and with the rain that's coming in, it's going to get worse. Portland's got to do something now, get a score or two in this quarter, because it's going to be tough sledding for them in the fourth quarter, going against the wind with the conditions worsening and worsening. So any lead that they have now, if they can build up on it, would be very, very important for them. Great starting field position at midfield, and this is where they've got to make their hay.
Portland is on the cusp of a very, very heavy thing of rain here. That is. But it also looks like a dry slot coming in.
Yeah.
Bangor is getting nailed right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Depending on how it travels, Portland could get nailed too.
Yeah, there's something big coming through. They're in that bunch formation.
Well,
so last week they tried this bunch formation and 4 times, and 3 of the 4 times they fumbled the snap. This is now the 5th time, or the 5th time that they've tried it, and that's the 4th fumbled snap. They were practicing in the opening. They had no problems with the practice, but that was just not a good play.
That was a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9.
Going back out of the gun now.
Boom. Well.
Yeah, that play was ruined right from the beginning.
Sean Davis and Isaiah Connery were in on that tackle. Davis has been had a really good penetration tonight for him.
Yeah, he has. And Portland now, after that fumble on the first snap, it kind of put him in a weird, I think, headspace right there. And that play was just not well blocked. It was not well executed. They came out of the tunnel a little bit late, too, so they weren't really done warming up when they had to play this half.
Well, it was a 4-yard loss, and now Thurston is looking for somebody open, and oh my God, no, incomplete.
Yeah, that was a great play by Thurston. He looked like he was going to scramble, saw the pressure up the field, was able to stop, back up a little bit, and threw a strike in the only place a receiver could get it. It was nice and low, but it was just a hair too low. Receiver couldn't get their hands under it, and Portland's going to have to punt. So not a good start for the Dogs.
Too deep. Well, that was great pressure there and almost blocked by Lucas Daggett.
Yeah, he was lucky to get that ball off. Only a 20-yard punt, went out at about the 30-yard line or so. Yeah, that was the pressure again coming from the outside. Missed assignment on the edge for Portland. So that's a fumbled snap, a missed assignment. That just was not a good series for Portland. They're going to have to get their head into the game right now, play some defense here, get the ball back, and not give Noble any chance to make some plays here.
1st and 10, ball on the 29-yard line. Rose in the gun. One in the backfield. And nothing doing for Dustin.
Yeah, Braden Wales again at the bottom of the pile for that.
He gets 1 yard.
Lissandro Rodriguez over there too.
One in motion. Rose, dropped.
Yeah, Hayden Davis had it in his hands, but again, the wet football is a factor here, and it hit him a little right in the hands. He was looking to turn maybe upfield a little quicker than he wanted before he had the ball. He knew he had some space over there to make some plays, and he's a dangerous guy in the open field, and they love him on those short and intermediate routes.
3rd and 8 here. Ball on the 31. I guess they got credit for 2 yards the first carry around. Rose almost, actually caught on the bounce there by Jones.
Yeah, looking for Sean Davis on the crossing pattern there, and good coverage. The linebackers for Portland dropped out of their rush a little bit and kind of bogged up the throwing lanes. So 3 and out for Noble. Dogs should get the ball back about where they had the ball before.
We'll see what Jones can do. He's back around the 40. We have a flag on the play. And it does take a Noble bounce, but we'll see what the call is.
So that call came out immediately, so it's either offsides on Portland or illegal formation on Noble. It's going to be one of the two. And whatever it is, if it's on Noble, Portland's going to ask him to kick again. And if it's on Portland, I'm sure they'll just tack it on to the end of that punt because that was a great roll for them. Looks like everyone's coming back, so I'm going to say illegal formation. Yes. So Portland, with that great punt, is going to ask Noble to retake that kick. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. They'll back him up 5 from the spot of the foul, from the original line of scrimmage, and then they'll have to punt again.
Ball's now on the 26. The punt will come from about the 15 or so.
I don't think that was spotted properly. Because the ball, I think. So the refs are talking. They're just trying to get this right to get the placement of the ball. They had moved the yard markers too quickly. So the chain gang moved the yard markers a little bit too quickly before, because this doesn't look like where the spot was before. It looks like I thought it was 4th and 8, and they are showing now 4th and 7.
Well, there was that 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, and they should back that up from the 4th and 8 spot to make it 4th and 13. So they're moving the yard markers down to where they should be. And now they got to back them up 5 from the spot of that. Now they've got it right. That's right. Now they did the right thing. They talked. They figured out where it should be. The ball was about the right spot, but the yard markers were way out of sorts. So this is now right. 4th and 13.
The kick still comes from about the 15-yard line here, with Jones deep.
So they did that right. Got it right. They took a second. They did the right thing. No pressure. Much shorter kick this time, but again gets a good Noble bounce.
But much shorter by
about
17, 20 yards there. So
yeah,
certainly
a good penalty for Portland.
No question.
Yeah, that was a big penalty for them. So now they've got the ball back. They had great starting position for the first drive, went nowhere. Now they've got the offense back on the field. Let's see if they can get back. They can get into gear here and get some of those yards that they were chewing up in the first and second quarters.
Ball's on the 42, 1st and 10 Dogs.
High snap.
And McGowan goes over to the left, and he's going to pick up about
2 or 3. I think Noble is putting a little bit more pressure now. They're bringing an extra person. That was Chris Buckman who ran him out of bounds. But they're getting some people in the backfield now at the handoff, making the Portland running backs make a move before they're ready for it. Before they were getting to the line of scrimmage, able to pick their way through. Now Noble is getting some penetration on this offensive line of Portland.
McGowan gets credit for 4 yards. 2nd and 6, ball on the 46. McGowan goes up middle.
Yeah, a little zone blocking there, and again, nothing really doing.
4 Knights in on the tackle.
Yeah, they tried to just wash the line down. Everyone blocked to the right, so you pick up the player across from you to the right and just try to knock him out of the way. And hopefully one person on the backside can kind of seal the hole off. And it didn't work that time. Picked up about a yard, and Portland is looking at another 3rd and long.
Yep, 3rd and 5, ball on the 47 here. And direct snap to Jones.
Makes a move in the backfield, and he's off to the races.
What an effort by Jones as he's finally brought down by Jameer Rose.
Yeah, about a 25-yard pickup for Jones. He had no rights of getting a first down there. He was actually caught at about the line of scrimmage, maybe one for a gain of 1, and was able to make a jump cut to his left and just left a couple people in the dust. He accelerated very, very quickly.
What an athlete. 1st and 10, ball on the 30 for the Dogs. The fake.
Play action, bubble screen.
It's worked all night. Here's Temple. Well, it was worked before, I should say, and Temple with the ball, and he gets about a 9-yard gain.
That's a good pickup for them. That was a much quicker pass on the bubble screen there. A nice blocking upfield. Temple was able to get 9 on it, and that was a much better pass. The 2 before that they tried were a little bit high on the throw, and they brought that one right down and hit him right in the numbers.
2nd and 1, ball on the 21-yard line.
Here's that bunch formation again.
This time there's no fumble, and there is a first down. And more for Thurston.
Yeah, a little quarterback keeper there. He was able to get the ball, good clean snap, and the line just pushed forward and was able to march downfield for about 4 on a keeper.
Yep. I had him unofficially for 6, but we'll see. He does get the first down, and it is 1st and 10 now with the ball apparently on the 15-yard line.
We'll give him 6. That's fine. Who's going to complain?
I'm always going to be a little generous to the Dogs anyway. So 1st and 10, ball on the 15. Jones in motion. And he takes it. Doesn't get far.
Not much there. He's coming across. He comes across the formation, takes the handoff, and then he's supposed to take a cut right behind the right guard and the tight end on that side. And they were pretty much stood up right at the line of scrimmage. So instead of creating a hole, they created a wall, and he had nowhere to run there.
Connor Boucher, among others, in on that tackle. It's a no gain. So it'll be 2nd and 10, ball on the 15. Thurston back to throw.
Out. Smart play.
Throw it away.
Smart play. He had pressure coming from the backside there. That was Isaiah Connery again coming off the left side and unblocked essentially. And then there was pressure late coming from the right side on the right defensive end. And he knew he had nowhere to go, so did the smart thing and just knew he was outside the tackle boxes, threw it out of bounds, past the line of scrimmage, so there's no intentional grounding. And Portland lives to have another down here.
So 3rd and 10, ball on the 15.
3rd and 10.
They are in territory to try to kick it, too, if it doesn't work out. As it gets brought to the middle of the field and
maybe, Aiden McGowan took that ball right up the middle of the field, and maybe that's what they were looking to do, is set it up for a field goal.
Chandler in on the tackle there for the Knights. The ball is placed on the 16-yard line, so about a 1-yard loss.
Nope, they're going to keep the offense out there. I thought this would have been the perfect time to try that field goal. They got it nice and centered. The wind has died down. The rain is at a light drizzle now. So if you're going to try one, now would be the time.
It's 4th and 11, and instead they're going to get an offsides.
Yeah, they get a free 5 yards there, and that might change their thought. But it'll certainly change their play call.
The Dogs very, very effective tonight. 3 offsides calls by my count against the Knights on that hard count, Dave.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a hard count or if he just kind of delayed it a little bit. They got the end to jump, and he knew it as soon as he did because he couldn't get back in time.
4th and 6, ball on the 11. Dogs still going to go for it here. Temple in motion, fake. Oh my goodness. Great catch by Brody Viola, 10-yard touchdown.
They finally went to the tight end. They haven't looked at him all game. He just ran a straight, just a seam pattern right up the middle with the play action in the backfield on the jet sweep coming across. It was a beautiful time to try that, and they just launched it up there. Viola went up with 2 hands. Big mitts caught it, and that's money for Portland.
Second touchdown pass tonight for Thurston. Bouchard in to kick. And that is good. So 2 for 2 tonight for Bouchard. The score is 19-0. 5 minutes, 6 seconds left in the third quarter. We are back. Steve Schwartz, Dave Levine, WPPS TV3. The Dogs lead 20-0. Here with 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. All the way back to the 6-yard line goes Keefe. What a tackle.
Lissandro Rodriguez came down, broke down, waited for the returner to make a move. Tommy Gagnon couldn't do anything, and Rodriguez just leveled him. Great coverage.
So, about a 14-yard return.
Yeah, so Portland did get the points that they needed in that quarter with the wind. The wind has kind of died down, so that's a benefit to Noble. They're going into what is really just a light breeze right now. The rain is kind of stopped, so they're looking good to try to make a play here with the weather.
Rose has time, but now he doesn't, as there is a lot of pressure. It's anybody's ball. That was a 50-50 ball right there, and there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're calling there. Maybe somebody grabbed a jersey. That was a Daly going for the ball. There were 2 dogs in coverage.
I mean, there were immediate flags by 2 officials. So.
Yeah, so they must have been on the far side that we couldn't see behind them. They're going to call pass interference or holding. Either way, it's going to be an automatic first down for Noble. Pass interference on the Dogs. So it must have been something behind that we didn't quite see, because it looked like they were both coming for it this way. But there were 2, as you said, there were 2 flags in the area. So that's a big 15-yard penalty. So sets Noble up at the 35-yard line now.
Where they'll take over 1st and 10 here.
Penalty, move the ball into the 35. 1st and 10.
With 1 in motion, Rose back to throw. And intercepted. Second not a second interception of the game, but Viola, who just had the touchdown, now intercepts.
Yeah, that ball, you could see it slipped right out of Rose's hands. He had a man deep and underthrew him by a good 15 yards. I think that just slipped right out of his hand, and it kind of fluttered in the air, especially with the beautiful throws that he has. He throws such a tight spiral. That looked a little bit weird. I don't think there was was anyone near him. I think he was the wet ball just slipped right out of his hand, and that's unfortunate for Noble.
Dogs ball, 1st and 10 on the 43-yard line, about a 8 or 9-yard return. Here's Temple.
There's that bunch formation. Yeah. They tried that pitch earlier. They keep going back to that, and I'm not sure that's what this team is really built around, a 3-yard gain on that.
Well, they want it to work, and you have to have all the confidence in the world in Coach Green and his crew, which includes Nick Cleach, Mike Marston, Ethan Stump, Chris Ferguson, Mike Ellis, John St. Pierre, Rafael Salamone, Chapin LaBelle, Mark Wilds, Rocco Navarro, Donnie Gillies, and Wes Davis. That's a lot of coaches.
That's a lot of coaches for Portland.
2nd and 8, ball on the 41. Oh,
Ball's
fumble
on the ground.
Anybody's ball here.
Yeah, that was another miscommunication. Portland, I think, recovered it, but that's a loss of 3 or 4. That was a complete miscommunication between the quarterback Thurston and McGowan as the running back. I don't think they were going they were on the same playbook there.
Who gets credit for that fumble? The question is if it's McGowan, it'll be his first of the year.
I don't think he never had control of it, so that's gonna go on Thurston.
Yep. 2nd and 11, ball on the 43 now. Fake. Deep. Wide open is Jones. Oh my goodness. 43-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, blown coverage there on the outside. Sean Davis bid on the play action pass, and Jones just ran right by him. Thurston saw him. He took an extra beat before he let that ball go and just hit him right in the numbers. It was a beautiful play call by Portland. Great play action, good blocking, and a perfect throw and catch.
Here comes Bouchard to try to make it 27-0. That's through.
And you can hear the crowd yell, boo.
That's B-O-U-C-H, by the way.
It's a silent O-U-C-H.
Boosh. So 27-0, 3 minutes left in the third quarter. We'll be back in a moment. We are back. The Dogs with a healthy lead of 27-0 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. A deep kick down to about the 8-yard line. Taken by Davis. Tackled at about the 25.
Yeah, there's Cordell Jones. Making touchdowns and making tackles. So again, that kick by Portland is letting the Noble returners, those dangerous returners, touch the ball, and neither of them can get any space. Portland is staying very disciplined, staying in their lanes, not letting anybody go anywhere, and that's the second big hit on a return that we've seen.
First and 10, ball on the 25. Rose in the gun. Keeps it. Goes up the middle. Fools no one.
It's the first time we've seen that design keeper. And we thought we'd see a lot of that tonight. I'm kind of surprised they haven't gone to it. He is their most dynamic runner, but they just haven't had a chance to get him going, not really putting him in much space.
Oh, it's about a 2-yard gain. It's 2nd and 8. LeBoy still in for Alkafaji, I think.
Good pressure.
Nothing doing. And step by step, really, Hang.
Miles Hang was not giving any room. He ran a better route than Hayden Davis actually did. He undercut that the whole way. And there was no chance of that completion.
And it looked to me that Branston Daly was the intended target there. He's a 6'2", 190 senior, number 1. 2:13 left in the third quarter. The score is 27-0. The Dogs in front.
So they're going to spread everybody out again, and this is that pass. They're going to bunch them up on the right side of the formation. Good pressure again. There's Rodriguez.
Oh my
goodness! But
goodness.
again, here he comes.
Rose with the first down and much more.
Yep. See, the contain came from the backside, and he was able to scramble away, and there was just nobody over there. And again, that's where Portland really, makes their. It has been great all game, and hasn't really let the scramble kill them. And that time it did.
About 14-yard gain or so. The ball is now on the 40-yard line as Rose gets the first down and more. With one in motion and the ball. Actually, I'm not sure we've called this name a lot tonight for a running play, Tommy Gagnon.
Yeah, he took that ball, and again, they went to the left side of the line there, and that's twice in a row that left side has lost a little bit of contain. I'm wondering if Al-Kafaji's absence is some of the cause of that.
It's about a 12-yard gain, 1st and 10. Ball on the 48-yard line of the Dogs. And in on that tackle is Anthony Tavares and company.
Making tackle for Bullhog 75, Anthony Tavares. That's 45.
Looks to be a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Rose hands off again. Great defensive effort by the Dogs.
Yeah, another three or so yard gain, setting up 3rd and about 3 here.
Labor in on that tackle.
So this is one of the more effective drives that Noble has put together. A couple of good running plays. They're making some. They're pushing the line around. It looks like the Noble line is starting to pick up a little bit of steam here.
Oh, what a great defensive effort.
Yeah, Tommy Gagnon didn't have anywhere to go there.
And, that was Henry Spencer who had just subbed in for Anthony Tavares.
Yep. They went a little lighter on the line to get a little bit more, to cover those edges a little bit more. They've been gashed a little bit outside. So now it looks like they made a defensive change to do this, setting up 4th and 5, and I think Noble's going to take a timeout to talk about this. Well, they get a half. It's going to be the end of the quarter, I think.
Well,
although they stopped the clock.
They did. 9.5 seconds left. They've decided to call the timeout. We're going to take one too. 27-0 is the score. The Dogs are firmly in command. So Knights ball, 4th and 5. They go for it. Rose up the middle. And he's done it before tonight.
Great catch, nice low throw. Only place that the Noble receiver could get it, and that was a beautiful catch by Chandler. He really did make a nice catch there. Went down, got both hands underneath it, and it was a clean catch.
So 1st and 10. Rose goes deep, too deep. As the intended receiver was Branston Daly.
Yeah, they tried that. They tried a little post pattern there again, and there was nothing doing. Daly had a step, but it was overthrown by a little bit. Miles hang in coverage again.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line. You want to talk about containment and discipline? The Dogs exemplify that tonight.
Yeah, they've been very, very good on the edges. You can see the pressure coming in. And even there, where the play was a handoff up the middle that was stuffed, you saw Joey Baker come in off the edge and have his hands on the quarterback. So even if that play was a keeper and the read option was a quarterback keeper, Portland still had defense there.
And there's no gain. Colin Kelly in on that tackle as well. 3rd and 10.
So Noble's going to spread it out. They've got a 4-man bunch rotation to the right now. Haven't seen this before. Holding.
And the question is whether
No, that's definitely holding on Noble there.
Is that no choice? They have to take
Nope,
that?
they can decline. They'll decline that and make it fourth down. That was Anthony LeBoy who made the rush, and one of the Noble offensive linemen kind of spun him around a little bit, and then they'll take the sack. They'll decline the penalty. This is going to set up 4th and 17 or 18 yards now, and Noble has to go for it down 27.
Oh, a muff snap. I don't know if the clock had even.
I'm not sure if the whistle had been blown ready for play. That looked all kinds of confused on both sides because Portland was still scrambling to get into formation. Noble wasn't really ready for it.
It's a motion penalty on Noble.
They're going to call it an illegal snap. So it's another 5 yards back, and now they've got to get all the way down to the 24-yard line, and they're at the 41. So that's a lot of math to do here, but it's a long way to go here, Steve. You don't really have one of these in your playbook.
I'm a lawyer, not a math major.
Here's the blitz, a little screen, and they're going to pick it up.
Yeah. That was a heck of a play by Gagnon.
They ran a screen. They let everybody through. They did that before, and Gagnon took the ball and rocketed downfield before. He did the same thing here. They just kind of lob it over the line. They let everybody through, and the offensive linemen kind of go downfield to block, and Portland just wasn't ready for that.
It's about a 44-yard pass.
Yeah, that was not good defense for Portland. They got fooled on that one pretty bad.
1st and 10, ball on the 11. Rose keeps it up the middle.
So I said you didn't have a play in your playbook for 4th and 27. Apparently you do. So Rose picks up a yard or two there.
You know, really, Tommy Gagnon has been outstanding tonight for the Knights in terms of his yardage.
He has. He's when he's touched the ball, he's been pretty dynamic with it.
Big plays, anyway.
Is that read option, and it's just not going anywhere.
Not that time.
It's Anthony Tavares in there again. I don't know if he's going to get credit for the tackle, but he certainly gets credit for making that play.
LeBoy also in there. And shaking his hand a little bit is Tavares, but he's still in there.
That's a 5-yard loss, setting up now 3rd and 15 or 16.
Ball at the 17-yard line.
I might have jinxed Gagnon a little bit there. Rose up the middle, touchdown. That is a nice play.
Beautiful
and holding
pass.
on to it, Chandler.
Yeah,
17-yard touchdown.
That was a beautiful pass. He beat his man one-on-one going down the seam, and the safety was just a hair late coming over with the help, and it was just a beautiful throw over the top, dropped it in the bucket, and Noble is on the board now.
And they'll kick it here. The holder will be Gagnon, as he appears to do everything for this team. And Caleb Dustin will be the kicker. We have a penalty.
Looks like Portland came across. The question is, was he drawn? No, he was not. So they're going to move the ball half the distance to the goal, down around the 1.5 yard line. So the question is, does this change Noble's design to go for 2? Or are they just going to take the extra point?
Looks like they're going to kick. Whoa, it's a heck of a rush there by Rodriguez, but through. So 27-7 is the score, folks, as the Knights get on the board with 9 minutes left in regulation. We are back as the Knights finally get on the board, Dave.
Yeah, this is only their second kickoff. They tried for a little onside kick.
Oh, my goodness.
And Portland's going to pick that up and return it down to the 28-yard line. Smart play by Portland.
Oh, my goodness.
Kicker tried the onside kick, and the ball went backwards. Everyone from Noble kind of stopped there, and Portland just ran down the field. I think that's Rodriguez again.
Well, Brody Viola, I thought,
Brody Viola? Okay.
was on top of the ball. I'm not positive, but that's the way it looked.
Heads-up play by Viola. That's a live ball, even though the kick went backwards. That was, I think he might have double kicked it. I'm not sure. He tried to come over the top of the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
And it kind of somehow maybe hit his leg or whatever, but went backwards. And that was just bizarre. Noble had to try something onside, so that's okay.
Yeah. Right. I mean, the Dogs are going to have good field position had they recovered regardless, but not like this. First and 10 on the 28.
And they're going pass. Good strike.
Yeah, and Temple of the middle. Nice return as well. As he'll bring it down to about the 15.
Yeah, that's a good pickup right there. So that's a good 15-yard pickup. A little dig route for Hunter Temple. Ran down, just stopped, turned around, and the ball hit him right in the numbers, made one man miss, and was able to pick up an extra 5 or so yards. Little surprised Portland went with a pass there. They want to keep the clock moving.
But first and 10, ball on the 16. 8.5 left here in regulation. Thurston's still on the gun. This time he'll hand it off to McGowan.
Oh, Noble's starting to reach for the ball there. McGowan had 2 hands on it, luckily, because that was big number 62. Thomas Mulligan was ripping for that ball.
6'1", 265 senior. Can we say that McGowan took a mulligan, or I
think Mulligan took a McGowan.
I know. 2nd and 6, ball on the 12.
Empty backfield. Little struggle to get everybody set up here. Now they're all set. I think Portland might just take a timeout here. They're really milking the clock, and they went for they took a delay. I'm surprised they didn't. Oh, they did take a timeout just before the flag came out.
They did. So 7:24 left in regulation. 27-7 is your score. The Dogs are up by 20. So we're back after the Portland timeout. 2nd and 6, ball on the 12. We have a flag.
It's going to be a motion penalty, I think, on Portland.
Offsides on the Knights.
Oh, that's a big penalty. Now that's going to set the Portland up. It's going to be either really close to a first down, or it's going to be now 2nd and 1.
And that's what it is.
So this is going to change the play call for Portland. They're going to try that bunch formation. Nope, they're going to stay in the gun.
The ball's on the 7, Dave. And a direct snap to Jones, touchdown. 7-yard touchdown pass to Jones.
Yeah, Jones just took the direct snap and just ran it right in behind that big offensive line. They also had Miles hang right there in that H-back kind of position, right behind the right guard, and between the three big guys on the right side there, they just opened up that gigantic hole for Jones, and that's going to put this game pretty much out of reach. Great starting field for position for Portland, and they're starting to run away with this game.
And Bouchard hits it again.
What a shocker. He made another extra point. Kid just does not miss. So it seems like Portland has been doing this all night, Steve, kicking off.
Indeed.
They put up a lot of points on this Noble defense, and they are really telling everybody that they are the best team in the state right now.
So down, oh my goodness, Davis took a knee down there by accident.
He bobbled the kick initially, and then accidentally put a knee down to pick it up, and the ref was right there, and that's just unfortunate for Noble. They were looking to set up a return with him. He hasn't really had a chance. They've been kicking away and been going with trying to kick to Gagnon all night. But this is his second or third time he was trying it and just accidentally put the knee down.
Yeah,
that's too bad for him.
It is indeed, and it could have been the momentum of just the way he was then too. And of course, that's just the rule in high school football.
Yeah, high school and college. As soon as a knee goes down or anything, even if you're not touched, the play is over.
So pin back to their own 7 of the Knights. It's 1st and 10. And great penetration. First one in for the Dogs there was Henry Spencer.
So that's Caden Dustin getting another touch there. Portland will be content just to let Noble kind of march down the field at 4 and 5 yards at a pop to get to score.
He got 4 yards on that carry.
They just want to keep this clock moving. Yeah, it's Dustin again. I'm surprised Noble isn't putting the ball up a little bit.
I don't know. I mean, you have a lot of pride as a football player, but if I were Noble, I might want those buses to get started too.
Yeah, there is that to be said.
Rose intercepted, and a pick 6 for Brody Viola. 13-yard return. Touchdown.
Yeah, he read that the whole way. He was out wide on the outside receiver. As soon as they cut in, he jumped the route, came right across the face of the defender, and he just saw that the entire way, picked it off, and ran in for the touchdown. That was just too easy for him. So Bouchard again for the extra point. Seems like he's been doing this all night too. High snap. Yet that doesn't seem to faze him.
Good. 40-7 Bulldogs with 6 minutes left. Short kick picked up at about the 12. Portland is relentless tonight.
Yeah,
that tackle was made by Cordell Jones.
Yeah, even with a 34-point lead, they're not giving up. They're just playing the way they've been playing all year, and they just have been very, very solid all game long. That defense hasn't given Noble any chance to go anywhere, and it just gives the offense a chance to make plays. And we've seen it all day long. It was Hunter Temple, it's Aiden McGowan, it's Cordell Jones. Everybody is getting involved in this. And then on the defense, you had Viola having a touchdown catch and a pick six. So it's a pretty good night for the Dogs. So handoff there for a couple. Again, just keeping the ball in bounds at this point. Clock is still rolling. I think Noble at this point might just keep running this ball out. As you were saying, sometimes you have pride, you want to score, you want to do the right thing, but sometimes it's just not your night.
2nd and 8, ball on the 20.
Gagnon carried it, but Viola with the tackle. Picked up about 3 on it. So that rain that we were predicting in the fourth quarter really has not come. There is no wind. The flag is hanging straight down.
Of course, it could be waterlogged as well. It has rained steadily this game, but just not heavily.
Oh, there's a good run.
Yeah, that's a first down and more.
And Dustin made a nice play there.
And with every first down, the clock the clock is running, actually, so.
It's Jack Martin on the tackle.
The chains have moved.
Clock is still moving, so that's a good sign. Here's that double tight end set. Yeah, Portland is just now keying on the run, and Tommy Gagnon just has nowhere to go on that play. I think Noble is just content to just keep running this right up the middle.
Jack Martin comes in for Portland now to sub in. 2nd and 9, ball on the 34-yard line. 3 wide right. Make it 2. Just so many Dogs in on penetration there.
Yeah, and Colin Kelly jumped that play. He made a nice play, got into the backfield, didn't make the tackle, but slowed the running back down. He comes off the field now, and they're just going to the Dogs just keep rolling more players in.
He is limping. Not a good sign. 3rd and 7, couple yard gain.
Lissandro Rodriguez at the bottom of the pile yet again. Caden Dustin with the run, and now it's going to be 4th and 4 for Noble. They're going to bring in their punt team, I think.
Yeah, here we are, 4th and 4. The ball's on the 39. There's 2 minutes. 222, room 222. Do you remember that show by any chance, Dave?
No, that's a little before me, Steve.
Karen Valentine, Dave Constantine, or somebody Constantine. It was a high school. Low snap. Kick is up.
Fair catch.
Fair catch is called by Temple.
Yeah. There was going to be no return there. They weren't going to risk anything. They didn't want to fumble. They didn't want anyone getting hurt. So you just take an automatic fair catch. And the ref that's a nice play by the ref. The ref is telling Hunter how to call for a fair catch a little bit better. Make that signal very clear for everybody to see. And that's just a teaching moment for him on the field because he's not their normal kick returner. So I think Portland is, at 2 minutes to go, they're just going to probably take either just an easy handoff or take the knee. Yep, they're going to direct snap to Jones, and he's just going to put 2 hands on the ball and run up the middle.
And almost fumble does muff it, but look at that. He makes a gain out of nothing.
Yeah, that was a
lemon out of lemonades right there, and about a 5-6 yard gain.
Yeah, so I actually would rather see the quarterback back there because he's actually normally the guy to take the snap. He's more used to it, to get the ball in his hands like that. And Portland really doesn't have to run any plays. They could take the knees and bring this down to about 20 seconds left in the game.
I think it's lemonade out of lemons, not the other way around. Whatever it is, he got a nice 7-yard gain.
And you see what they're doing here. They brought they brought the quarterback Thurston back in to take the snap, and they're going to hand straight off to him. First down here is going to end the game, and it will. So he got the first down with a minute left. Now Portland can just take 2 knees and end this and go to now 6-0. Can you imagine that at the beginning of the season, Steve?
Well, you know, I have to say, there were some pretty high expectations. Coach Green is a champion. He liked the talent he had. Our main contact on the team this year has been Nick Cleach, and he has told us that, kind of what to expect. And we've had some insight from, on occasion, from Mike Rutherford, Mike Hoffer, you. And I'm not so sure that I'm as surprised, although I am surprised that the score is 41-7 with Regan Buck, on the sidelines.
I mean, this was a noble team that came into this game 4-1. Their only loss to Bonnie Eagle in week 2, and we put this we kind of circled this kind of earlier in the year as going to be one of the big games of the season, and it never really turned out to be that way.
So the final score is 41-7 Dogs, with just an absolutely dominating game in every facet of the game. And Dave and I will be back to wrap up in just a moment. What are you going to say? 41-7, 2 teams with the best winning percentage in their respective conferences, and the Dogs just dominated from top to bottom tonight. One of the superlatives is Thurston and his touchdown passes.
Yeah, Thurston looked really comfortable when throwing the ball. He at the beginning of the year, some of these balls were fluttering a little bit. He was making some poor decisions. Tonight, every pass that he threw was spot on. He threw one wide receiver screen that was a little bit high, but some of those other ones were just right on the money. Got that long touchdown pass to Hunter Temple, and then hit the nice 4th down pass, touchdown, hit Viola in the hands. So he is looking far more comfortable, and that only spells trouble for the rest of the teams in Class A this year.
And not to mention McGowan with unofficially right in the vicinity of 95 yards this game, and but quiet in the last parts of the game.
Yeah, they really didn't need him.
Yeah,
they had everybody else.
All right, so folks, it was just a dominating performance by the Dogs tonight. They travel to 6-0, and they literally travel next week to Scarborough, where we'll bring you the game there, and then they'll have a bye week, and then they'll end it up with the Battle of the Bridge at Fitzpatrick this year against South Portland. But tonight, it's 41-7. The Dogs defeat the Noble Knights. This is Steve Schwartz for Dave Levine saying so long for WPPS TV3 Sports. Good night.